Hi, it's Kai. Speaking is where most of English learners struggle the most. But different than reading, writing, listening, sometimes it's not about your range of vocabulary or your grammar. It's purely your confidence. Everybody knows confidence is essential, but the question is how? How can we be more talkative and not worry about making mistakes? That's why today we will meet Susanna, a well-lauded ESL instructor from University of Alberta. I have a chance to talk to her and see her thoughts and advice from having more confidence when speaking English.
She's really helpful and really kind.
She taught me a lot of things about English words or phrases.
Maybe she doesn't know it, but I was motivated by his energy and passion.
Susanna is kind, nice person. I like her. She's so cheerful person, and I really like her. And she engaged me.
But before meeting Susanna, I also want to say thank you, Cambly, for making this video possible. Cambly is an English learning platform that provides one-on-one English learning experience with native speaker at any time you want. We can pick and choose tutors based on nationalities, interests, professions, and education. All the lessons will be recorded so you can check back later on. It provides great opportunity to improve our English and make friends from all over the world in the comfort of our homes.
Aha.
Hi.
It's been a while. How are you?
If you're interested, you can use my code WENKAI22 to get a free 15-minute sections on the platform. By using Cambly, I was able to ask a few more tutors from all over the world and see what are their thoughts and what are their advice.
So I'm from Slovakia. I was born in Slovakia. I started learning English when I was in grade 5. I actually remember that after grade 5, when I started learning English, I told my dad that I am going to be an English teacher, and it actually did come true.
Why do many students struggle to speak English?
We have identified that if student is confident, they will speak up. They will not be so scared of making mistakes. Sometimes the students have been coming to the conversation club, or after being a little bit longer with us, whatever they say, it changes because they are like, okay, I think I can make mistakes, and they are a little bit more willing to speak. Sometimes the students themselves are their worst enemies.
Research have confirmed that confidence it is essential for improving our speaking skills. Other than that, listening English songs and movies are also essential. It is also true that having more real-life situation, for example, taking a course or joining the conversation clubs, are also essential for boosting our confidence in the long run. However, Susanna believes there's still one thing that's missing from the equation.
You know, even as an instructor, I make mistakes. I am not a native English speaker, and I am very aware of the fact that I should speak grammatically correct and I should speak really well. And sometimes that is one reason why I end up making more mistakes, when I am too worried and too focused on speaking correctly. I have to deal with the fact that I am not living in my native country where I would be able to speak my native language, and I feel that maybe I wouldn't have those anxieties. But because I live in Canada and I have to function in a language that is not my mother tongue, then that's my kind of like a life journey to deal with that. I personally feel that I will never be perfect in that language, and I had to make peace with that.
Here I would like you to grab a piece of paper and write the things you're afraid the most when speaking English. For example, I have an accent. My vocabulary range is limited. I worry I will make grammar mistakes from time to time. People will look down at me because I don't speak perfect English. So what are the practical ways, method to limit the mistakes I mentioned above? Suppose the things that I mentioned above happen to me in my class or everyday life. Would I change any of my approaches to fix my problem? Besides feeling embarrassed, would making mistakes change who I am, my intellectual level, and my knowledge in a professional field?
And I remember the first time that I went to go speak Spanish, I freaked out, you know, and the conversation didn't go well. Because whenever you're trying something new, you don't have the confidence of experience.
You're opening yourself up, one, and then two, you're not speaking your native tongue, so you're kind of operating at a disadvantage. and you feel vulnerable.
Some of the students that lack the confidence actually have a lot of the language in their mind, but they lack the ability to like unlock their vocal potential.
When it comes to speaking, focus on some language chunks. So focus on those idiomatic expressions that the native speakers use, and mirror them. Try to use them a couple times, use them out there, and maybe first time you will use them incorrectly, fine, but you will see how people react, and if they react like, well, what did you just say? I don't know. Then you're like, okay, I'm not using it correctly, so then really put that little extra effort and try to use it again, try to use it again. Really put it in your mouth and try to say it, because when you say it for the first time, it sounds awkward. It sounds awkward to you, it sounds awkward to other people, but the more you say, the more natural you will sound.
When talking about improving spoken English, we often overlook the mental barriers we have, the anxiety, the insecurity we have when we speak English, and jump straight to the study method. Perhaps that's also explained, even though we know it is important to go to conversation club and use English as much as possible, but we're still afraid to take the first step. Remember, our imperfections of speaking English does not define who we are, our intellectual level, and our value. Only our character does.